Have you ever wondered if there's a scientific basis for the power of prayer or the impact of intention on our reality? Is it possible that ancient spiritual wisdom and cutting-edge quantum physics are pointing towards the same fundamental truths about consciousness and the universe? Today, we're going to journey into the fascinating intersection of spirituality and quantum consciousness, exploring how these seemingly disparate fields might be more intertwined than we ever imagined. We'll delve into the philosophical roots, examine the scientific evidence, and consider the profound implications for our personal lives and the world around us. Get ready to expand your mind and perhaps even shift your perception of reality itself. The quest to understand consciousness and its place in the universe is as old as humanity itself. Philosophical traditions from around the world have grappled with these questions for millennia. In the East, philosophies like Hinduism and Buddhism emphasize the interconnectedness of all things and the ultimate unity of consciousness. The concept of Brahman in Hinduism, for example, describes an all-encompassing, ultimate reality that underlies and permeates everything. Similarly, Buddhist teachings on emptiness, or shunyata, suggest that reality is not fixed or independent, but rather arises from interconnected relationships and is ultimately devoid of inherent existence. These traditions emphasize practices like meditation and mindfulness as ways to quiet the mind, access deeper states of awareness, and realize the true nature of reality. In the West, philosophical inquiry into consciousness dates back to ancient Greece. Thinkers like Plato and Aristotle explored the nature of the soul and its relationship to the body. Plato, in his theory of forms, proposed that the physical world is merely a shadow of a higher realm of perfect and eternal ideas. This suggests that our consciousness may have access to a reality beyond the material world. Later, philosophers like René Descartes grappled with the mind-body problem, questioning how a non-physical mind could interact with a physical body. This question continues to be a central topic in philosophy of mind today. Moving into more modern times, figures like Carl Jung explored the concept of the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of universal archetypes and symbols that he believed influenced individual consciousness. Jung's work suggested that our individual minds are not isolated but are connected to a larger, collective field of consciousness. Similarly, thinkers like William James, a pioneer of American psychology, emphasized the importance of subjective experience and the stream of consciousness. James explored altered states of consciousness and the potential for spiritual experiences to provide insights into the nature of reality. These philosophical and spiritual traditions provide a rich backdrop for understanding the current interest in the connection between consciousness and quantum physics. They offer a framework for exploring the possibility that consciousness is not simply a product of the brain but may play a more fundamental role in shaping reality. Now, let's turn our attention to the world of quantum physics and see what it has to say about the nature of reality and the role of the observer. Quantum physics, the branch of physics that studies the behavior of matter and energy at the atomic and subatomic levels, has revolutionized our understanding of the universe. One of the most intriguing aspects of quantum physics is the observer effect, which suggests that the act of observing a quantum system can change its behavior. For example, in the famous double-slit experiment, electrons fired at a screen with two slits will create an interference pattern as if they are behaving as waves. However, if an observer tries to determine which slit each electron passes through, the interference pattern disappears, and the electrons behave as particles. This suggests that the act of observation somehow influences the behavior of the electrons. This observer effect has led some physicists and philosophers to question the nature of reality and the role of consciousness in shaping it. One interpretation, known as the Copenhagen interpretation, suggests that quantum properties are not definite until they are measured. In other words, a particle does not have a definite position or momentum until an observer measures it. This interpretation implies that consciousness may play a role in collapsing the wave function, the mathematical description of a quantum system, into a definite state. Another interpretation, known as the many worlds interpretation, proposes that every quantum measurement causes the universe to split into multiple parallel universes, each representing a different possible outcome. In this view, consciousness does not collapse the wave function but rather experiences one particular branch of the multiverse. While these interpretations are still debated, they highlight the profound implications of quantum physics for our understanding of reality and the potential role of consciousness. Beyond the observer effect, other quantum phenomena have also sparked interest in the connection between quantum physics and consciousness. Quantum entanglement, for example, describes the phenomenon in which two particles become linked in such a way that they share the same fate, no matter how far apart they are. If you measure the property of one entangled particle, you instantly know the property of the other, even if they are light years away. This suggests that there may be a deeper level of connection and interconnectedness in the universe than we previously thought. Quantum tunneling, another intriguing phenomenon, allows particles to pass through barriers that they classically should not be able to penetrate. This suggests that the quantum world operates according to different rules than the classical world and that there may be possibilities beyond our everyday experience. These quantum phenomena, along with the observer effect, have led some researchers to explore the possibility that consciousness may be a quantum phenomenon itself, or that it may be influenced by quantum processes in the brain. Now, let's turn our attention to some of the theories that attempt to bridge the gap between quantum physics and consciousness. One prominent theory is the OR theory, proposed by physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff. This theory suggests that consciousness arises from quantum computations occurring in microtubules, tiny structures within brain neurons. They propose that these microtubules can maintain quantum coherence, allowing for quantum processing to occur. When a critical threshold is reached, a quantum collapse occurs, giving rise to a moment of conscious awareness. While the OR theory has been met with both enthusiasm and skepticism, it represents one attempt to provide a concrete mechanism for how quantum processes could be linked to consciousness. Critics argue that the brain is too warm and wet to maintain the delicate quantum coherence required for quantum computation. However, proponents of the theory point to evidence suggesting that microtubules may be able to shield quantum processes from environmental noise. Another approach to understanding the connection between quantum physics and consciousness involves exploring the role of information. Some researchers propose that consciousness is fundamentally related to the way information is processed and integrated in the brain. Integrated information theory, for example, suggests that consciousness is proportional to the amount of integrated information a system possesses. This theory proposes that any system that integrates information in a sufficiently complex way, whether it's a brain or a computer, could potentially be conscious. From this perspective, quantum physics may play a role in enhancing information processing in the brain. Quantum entanglement and superposition, for example, could allow for more efficient and complex information processing than is possible with classical systems. While these theories are still speculative, they offer intriguing possibilities for understanding the relationship between quantum physics, information, and consciousness. Beyond theoretical models, there's also growing interest in exploring the potential for quantum technologies to enhance or interface with consciousness. Some researchers are investigating the possibility of using quantum computers to simulate brain processes or to create artificial consciousness. Others are exploring the use of quantum sensors to measure brain activity with greater precision, potentially providing new insights into the neural correlates of consciousness. While quantum technologies are still in their early stages of development, they hold the potential to revolutionize our understanding of consciousness and to create new possibilities for human-computer interaction. Imagine, for example, being able to directly interface with a quantum computer using your thoughts, or to experience virtual realities that are indistinguishable from physical reality. These possibilities may seem like science fiction today, but they may become a reality in the future as quantum technologies continue to advance. Now, let's consider some personal transformation stories that illustrate the potential impact of understanding the connection between spirituality and quantum consciousness. Many people have reported experiencing profound shifts in their perception of reality and their sense of self after engaging in practices that integrate these two domains. One example is Sarah, a successful businesswoman who had always been skeptical of spirituality. After experiencing a period of burnout and existential questioning, she began to explore meditation and mindfulness practices. As she delved deeper into these practices, she began to experience a sense of interconnectedness with all things and a realization that her thoughts and intentions had a direct impact on her reality. She started to apply these insights to her business, focusing on creating a more positive and collaborative work environment. To her surprise, her business began to thrive, and she found a new sense of purpose and fulfillment. Another example is Michael, a scientist who had always been focused on the material world. After reading about quantum physics and the observer effect, he began to question his assumptions about the nature of reality. He started to experiment with visualization and affirmations, focusing on creating positive outcomes in his life. He found that his ability to manifest his goals increased dramatically, and he began to see synchronicities and coincidences in his life that he couldn't explain through conventional science. These personal transformation stories, while anecdotal, suggest that understanding the connection between spirituality and quantum consciousness can have a profound impact on our lives. By recognizing the power of our thoughts and intentions, and by cultivating a sense of interconnectedness with all things, we can create a more positive and fulfilling reality for ourselves and for the world around us. However, it's important to approach these ideas with a critical and discerning mind. While the connection between spirituality and quantum consciousness is intriguing, it's also important to distinguish between evidence-based theories and speculative interpretations. Not all claims about quantum physics and consciousness are supported by scientific evidence, and it's important to be wary of pseudoscience and unsubstantiated claims. It's also important to recognize the limitations of our current knowledge. While quantum physics has revolutionized our understanding of the universe, there are still many mysteries that remain unsolved. Similarly, our understanding of consciousness is still in its early stages, and there is much that we don't know about how it arises and how it interacts with the world. Therefore, it's important to approach the connection between spirituality and quantum consciousness with a spirit of open-minded inquiry, but also with a healthy dose of skepticism. We should be willing to explore new ideas and possibilities, but we should also be careful to evaluate the evidence and to distinguish between what is known and what is merely speculation. Now, let's consider some recent scientific discoveries that may shed light on the connection between quantum physics and consciousness. One area of research that is gaining increasing attention is the study of quantum biology. Quantum biology explores the role of quantum phenomena in biological systems, such as photosynthesis, enzyme catalysis, and magnetoreception. Recent studies have shown that quantum coherence can be maintained in biological systems for surprisingly long periods of time, suggesting that quantum processes may play a more significant role in biology than previously thought. Some researchers have even proposed that quantum effects may be involved in brain function, such as neural signaling and synaptic transmission. Another area of research that is relevant to the connection between quantum physics and consciousness is the study of non-local correlations. Non-local correlations refer to correlations between events that cannot be explained by local causes. Quantum entanglement is one example of a non-local correlation, but there may be other types of non-local correlations that are not yet understood. Some researchers have proposed that non-local correlations may play a role in consciousness, allowing for information to be transmitted and processed in ways that are not limited by the constraints of space and time. While these ideas are still speculative, they suggest that there may be deeper levels of connection and interconnectedness in the universe than we currently understand. The contemporary impact of exploring the intersection of spirituality and quantum consciousness is far-reaching. It touches upon practical applications, cultural significance, technological insights, and emerging trends. In terms of practical applications, understanding the connection between consciousness and reality can have a profound impact on our personal lives. By recognizing the power of our thoughts and intentions, we can learn to create a more positive and fulfilling reality for ourselves. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and visualization can help us to quiet the mind, access deeper states of awareness, and align our thoughts and intentions with our goals. These practices can also help us to cultivate a sense of gratitude, compassion, and interconnectedness, which can lead to greater happiness and well-being. In terms of cultural significance, the exploration of spirituality and quantum consciousness is part of a larger trend towards a more holistic and integrated worldview. As we learn more about the interconnectedness of all things, we are beginning to see the limitations of the reductionist, materialistic worldview that has dominated Western science for centuries. We are recognizing that there is more to reality than meets the eye and that consciousness plays a more fundamental role in shaping the world around us. This shift in worldview is leading to a greater appreciation for spiritual traditions and practices, as well as a renewed interest in exploring the mysteries of consciousness. In terms of technological insights, the exploration of spirituality and quantum consciousness can inspire new innovations in fields like artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and human-computer interaction. By understanding the principles of consciousness, we can create more intelligent and intuitive technologies that are better aligned with human needs and values. For example, we may be able to develop artificial intelligence systems that are not only capable of performing complex tasks, but are also capable of experiencing emotions, empathy, and creativity. We may also be able to create virtual reality environments that are so immersive and realistic that they can provide profound healing and transformative experiences. In terms of emerging trends, there is a growing interest in the use of psychedelics and other altered states of consciousness for therapeutic and spiritual purposes. Research has shown that psychedelics can have a profound impact on consciousness, leading to insights, breakthroughs, and transformative experiences. However, it's important to approach these substances with caution and respect, and to use them in a safe and responsible manner. Psychedelics are not a magic bullet, and they should be used in conjunction with other therapeutic and spiritual practices. In conclusion, the journey into the intersection of spirituality and quantum consciousness is a profound and transformative one. It challenges our assumptions about the nature of reality, the role of consciousness, and the potential for human experience. While there are still many mysteries to be solved, the exploration of these ideas can lead to new insights, breakthroughs, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. As we continue to explore the connection between spirituality and quantum consciousness, it's important to maintain a spirit of open-minded inquiry, critical thinking, and ethical responsibility. We should be willing to explore new ideas and possibilities, but we should also be careful to evaluate the evidence and to distinguish between what is known and what is merely speculation. Ultimately, the goal of this exploration is not to find definitive answers, but to expand our understanding of consciousness and its place in the universe. By integrating the wisdom of spiritual traditions with the insights of quantum physics, we can create a more holistic and integrated worldview that can guide us towards a more positive and fulfilling future. Now, what are your thoughts on the relationship between spirituality and quantum consciousness? Do you believe that consciousness plays a role in shaping reality? And what are some of the practical applications of these ideas in your own life? If you enjoyed this exploration of spirituality and quantum consciousness, be sure to like this video and share it with your friends. And if you want to dive deeper into these topics, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Also, let me know in the comments what other topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. Your feedback is invaluable in helping me create content that resonates with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.